programmable. If you only want to send to one, you only send to one. If you want to send to 2, 3, 4, so you just add the telephone number. It's SNMP trap based. It sends an SNMP trap. Moment it's allocated, it tells the modem there's the message, it reads the data, and it sends it through to the SMS. It's quite simple. Okay, and here we can just quickly, briefly see on the connectors. There's our outputs with our relays, the temperature, the LVD. So this is all another beauty of it. You don't need to open this if you see it. It's all clearly labeled and marked on the PSC3. So if you pull it out, everything is there's out 1, out 2, out 3. There's the rectifier interfaces, that little cable. There's our relays. That's modem. That's rectifier. That's in bus 1, in bus 2, sense in. If you have a sense in card. Open collector outputs, the 4 of them are there. LVD, the 4 inputs, the 4 shunt inputs, which you can also use as inputs. Shunt 1, shunt 2, shunt 3. So it's all there, it's clearly marked. I mean the power and the system voltage selection. Okay. Additional hardware modules, we have the built-in local display, BTC3 generation 2. We have optional modules, as we saw on the previous one. We can have up to 2 of these UIM modules. Visualizing and change your basic system parameters. You can change your voltages, your current, your alarms. You can also have events that you can create and so forth. LEDs, we have the alarm LEDs or status LEDs. We have a buzzer on the UIM, which you can enable or disable. It's user configurable. We have a UIM communication and powering via canvas. Also a RJ45 3-pole cable. Then we have a basic setup language on all the systems are English. We can have a second language on the controller simultaneously. So we can have one controller in 2 languages. All you do is you set the language right in the beginning of the language. The language files are also very simple because it uses a standard Microsoft translation tool. So we are not creating languages for countries. If there's a Microsoft language, we simply take the English language, we run the MST, we take the language, it translates it automatically, and it creates a new language file which you just dump onto the system. So very simple, very powerful.
So we just run the language.
We can actually run all the 11 South African languages, all the 11 official languages of South Africa. Xhosa, Zulu, everyone. We can run them all on this because there's a Microsoft file for everyone. Okay. Yeah, but we always prefer that people at least just leave English on, because I mean, if you sit in Pakistan and you use the local language there and you send one of our techies out there, I need a translator to get this thing back to operating. But it's just it's nice to have. You might have a very good engineer who's centric that doesn't want to or can't speak English, and all you do is create the second language and you can work with it. Okay, it's been proven all over the world. You know, people are always better in their own language. Graphical displays are fairly small, unfortunately, because of the compactness of all these things. But the UIM is, if you really have a blind guy that also needs to work with, you just install this UIM. It's not expensive. Characters and display is much bigger. But the ultimate and the much easier way is always to just edit with your laptop or your iPad. You can, by the way, this works with the iPad as well if you have an interface. If you have an Ethernet interface on anything, the other beauty of the Orion is we have smartphone and PEI access. So we're not even going to go to SMS anymore. Once Orion is up and running, we will have a direct interface to this via PEI, via Bluetooth. You don't even need this anymore in the future. And via intranet.
Okay, can we wait for a while?
Yes.
This is a major alarm.
Yeah, major alarm.
Okay. And then this is
minor alarm.
This is minor alarm.
That's called alarm stop.
Alarm stop.
Alarm stop is when you force certain alarms not to happen.
Okay.
We will see this a bit later. It's a very usable and user-friendly function. and it means a lot to have it. Because it can, if you for instance get some alarm from a site and it keeps hammering you with SMSs and stuff, and you know that there's something wrong with the site, but you can't do anything about this, and you're just eating up traffic all the time. Then all you do is you go into the system remotely and you stop that alarm. So that means that the alarm will still be there, but you stop the transmission of the alarm, and you don't flag it anymore that it doesn't keep sending you. So you can do it with any one of your alarms that's currently configured into your system, individually as well as in groups. So you can set an alarm, you can reset an alarm, you can stop or force an alarm to be off, and you can put it in normal condition. So but it'll display this. So this red line is then you can,
your alarm has been
forced. So then you fix it and then you force it back to normal.
Okay.
This is mains fail alarm.
This is the alarm. And then this is the
that special function.
okay.
So any special function like a battery test, that's been forced, boost charge, an initialize or equalize charge, or an event control function.
It can show you in the display.
It will, the moment this comes on, it will tell you what new event is happening here.
And it's also it also has a buzz. It will buzz.
Yeah. This has a buzzer. This does not.
Oh,
So you can switch the buzzer on and off. It's quite irritating. Most people switch it off.
Okay.
But this is on all your big systems.
Okay.
But it's optional on your small systems. Okay. It's just an extension of this. That's all. It's just an extension of the keypads, and it's bigger. It's got a bigger display. It's a little user interface model. Okay, then we have the little sense in. I'm going to stop over by this. You can see it fits quite nicely onto the shunt. So we don't need to run cables, power cables to the shunt. We just have a normal standard shunt with brass nut certs, and this just bolts directly onto, and this will measure the current. The voltage will be measured from the input point to the reference 0. It has a sense-in bus connection in. It has a temperature, and it has even some auxiliary in-outs. Okay, so battery low voltages. There's galvanic isolation that allows the shunts to be measured in a positive as well as a negative system. So you can have positive ground and negative ground. And the temperature measurement is standard with it. We go up to 120 millivolt shunts. So it's standard for 30 millivolts, 50 millivolts, 60 millivolts, and 120 millivolts. This is a string sensor monitor. You can see it's got 4 inputs and 3 additional outputs. It has an in-bus in, in-bus out, and also a sense-in bus. So we can connect up to 3 of those sense-in cards into this bus on this daisy chain. And alternatively, we can use it as an input-output module. We normally, in fairly big systems, we have a customer locally that runs a small fiber optic network. We control his generator, we control his fire detection panel, as well as his fire extinguishing system. And we control and monitor his access. He has 3 doors to the container because his generator is mounted inside part of the container. And we control and monitor his air conditioners and his fans, and obviously the rectifier system. We need this system. He uses exactly the same system as what you guys are using, and 2 of these modules. And we even have spare inputs and outputs.
Optional.
Yeah, even has some optional inputs and outputs. Okay, so, and these modules, typical market pricing, going rates for them, they don't cost an arm and a leg. I can tell you now it's maybe 400 or 500, 300 shouldn't be. Otherwise you're getting rid of. I can tell you what the manufacturing cost from Thailand is, but these are less than €9. So it costs us about 90 rands manufacturing those. But obviously our factories are profit centers. And our sales office are profit centers, and our distributors also has to make the leads. Okay, shall we take a 2 minute break.